Okay, second game here of the Olympics. This time is pretty much a must win. I think it's fair to say that this is a must win game. We're going to go through the group in a second. If the United States doesn't win today, if we draw, we still have a possibility of going through, but it's not going to be very likely. So, Pete, we have a must win, and we put the same exact lineup with a few guys that probably shouldn't be there. But again, Mitrovic is going to die on this hill. And I think today there's no excuses for certain players. More specifically, I'm going to point out to two players, Mihailovic and Miles Robinson. Anything else you want to add to that right now?
Yeah, they're overage players, and they were two of the three worst players against France. So they have major making up to do today.
Yep. So today we're going to face New Zealand that actually looked quite good against Guinea. There's some question marks about the level of Guinea. We don't know how good they actually are. On paper, they looked fine, but when they played New Zealand, they looked very disjointed, looked like a terrible team, not a very good team. And New Zealand looked quite good. They defeated Guinea in the first game. We lost to France 3-0 in the first game with this same exact lineup. The only difference is it's more of a 4-2-3-1 with Mihailovic as the 10. But at the same time, Mihailovic sometimes would go. It was literally very similar to a Berhalter-like approach.
Yep,
the way we did. Yeah, the only difference was we set up well in the mid block, which, to be fair, we've seen Berhalter set up well in the mid block against England, for example. So that's probably what happened last game against France with Mitrovic. And there you go. We're going to go with this game. Even though New Zealand looked good against Guinea, I think there's absolutely no excuses for the United States not to beat New Zealand. This is not a soccer powerhouse. This is a team that barely plays in World Cups. They're not very good. And if Australia stayed in Oceania, this team would never play in a World Cup, ever. No. There are no excuses today. And Mitrovic chose to go with Mihailovic again. He chose to go with Duncan Maguire again. Duncan Maguire against France, he wasn't our worst player by any means, but that was a game that hustling and working hard and defending was enough for you to be okay or just slightly bad. This is a game we need to take the initiative. We have to score goals. We have to play well.
And we have the worst goal difference in the group, so we need goals.
Yes, and France plays later today, right? They play after us against Guinea. So, yeah, 3 p.m. France will play Guinea. But everyone, as you join the stream, make sure to drop a like. We're going to be doing a live watch-along here for United States and New Zealand. And why don't I put up the group? Because you kind of mentioned that right now, the goal differential and everything. That's probably the most important thing to look through in this game. So as it stands, after one game, and keep in mind, we played France, which is the best team in the group. We're currently in last place. We lost 3-0 to France. New Zealand defeated Guinea 2-1. Today we play New Zealand. So as I was saying when we started the stream, if we lose to New Zealand today, we are probably going to be mathematically out. Because what's going to happen is we won't be able to reach New Zealand anymore. And as long as France and Guinea at least tie, if France wins, it's over. If they tie, we're also out. So we would need Guinea to beat France. And let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen. If we tie,
Guinea beats France, we have such a bad goal difference that it won't matter.
Yeah, so if we lose, we're out.
If we lose, we're out.
Yeah, if we lose, we're out. Now, if we tie this game, we go to the last game needing to beat Guinea and hope France defeats New Zealand with a goal differential that gets us through. And I don't know, man, the way France played against us, if New Zealand bunkers, I can see them losing to France just like 1-0 or even holding a draw because it was pretty bad. Henry is a terrible coach, and I don't know how many people didn't notice this. But, Pete, for this lineup that we put out, let me put the lineup back up because you were definitely not happy with the lineup. Based on what we saw in the first game, what are your big issues with this lineup?
Well, where's the creativity going to come from? I mean, where's the goals going to come from? Like, big issues are obviously Miles, Mihailovic, and Maguire. Now, Miles you could have replaced with Dietz. Maguire you could have put Paxson up top. And Mihailovic, I don't understand what Taylor Booth has to do to get a start. Like, you would have thought after that performance against France, Mihailovic would be done. And also, it's a 3-day turnover. It's not like there's a ton of rest between games. So I'm just very surprised.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming he's going to want to repeat this lineup against Guinea too. Even though we don't know if that'll matter. We have to pull it. I still think I want to talk about Mihailovic for a second because I saw part of the MLS show media trying to defend his performance last game, which the first thing right away that we can all agree, he was shit against France. Can we
Yeah.
all do that? He was shit. That's the first thing. But then you can bring up excuses like saying, well, the French had more talent. Okay. I don't think it's a valid excuse to look like complete shit, but let's go with that. Today, there are no excuses. This is a New Zealand U23 side. Mihailovic is not even a U23 player. He should be standing out, controlling the midfield, dictating the tempo, getting playmaking, possibly scoring goals. There are no excuses for Mihailovic to not play today. Because the reason I'm saying this is if he does play well against a New Zealand U23 side, you are going to see part of the MLS show media asking for him to be with the senior team. We'll see that. We know that. It's going to happen. Because they're already defending it. Max Bretos, let me see. Was he going after us again, Max Bretos?
Well, on his channel or on Twitter? He didn't mention us on Twitter, but my favorite thing about Max Bretos is when he has no arguments to back up his wild claims. He just goes the hive mind or the narrative. It's like, dude, so basically what he was saying on Twitter was everybody who watched this game said he was bad, but they are all wrong except for me. I have no facts or evidence to back up my claims, but I scream narrative, and I hope somebody will believe me.
Yeah, what I found funny was when I commented on his tweet about that, there was a Rapids fan that said he loves Mihailovic, but he's like, Max, he was bad. Like a guy completely that had all the reason to be biased for like defending Mihailovic is like, Max, he was bad, dude. Like that was almost something that almost no MLS show, no one was arguing against Mihailovic being shit against France because he was. No one was arguing that. Everyone's like, he was terrible. The biggest argument was, or disagreement was, should we give him another chance in the next game or bench him? That was the only part that some people disagree. Some people were like, give him another chance. Some people were not. But Max was like, if you watch the game, you guys are just putting him as the fall guy. He was great. He did his job. He also said something that Mihailovic was playing super deep. Remember, this is the same Max that said Gio was bad in the Copa America.
Yeah. It's also the same Max that said that Sebastian Lletget was one of the most important players for this team.
Yeah.
And that Jordan Morris was an aerial specialist.
He lashed out on us about Lletget once. And here's the thing, just to make one thing clear. We're separating Max the person from Max the soccer pundit. Max the person is a great person.
Lovely man.
Yeah, he's a very cool,
too. Very entertaining,
very funny guy. Max the pundit. Yeah,
he just have two versions of himself: one that stays and screams at the clouds as the pundit, and then one that hangs out with people and drinks. Because I'll tell you what, drinks with Max is a blast.
Yeah, if you guys want to hang out with Max and have a beer, trust me, it's not going to be a bad time. That guy has got stories. He's good at telling stories.
He's a good storyteller.
Yeah, just really bad at reading the game, the soccer. Just really bad.
Or really good at defending his bosses in MLS. I mean, let's be honest. We all know who pays Max's salary.
The best one at defending their bosses in MLS is Taylor Twellman these days.
Yeah.
That guy completely sold out. Completely sold out.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I lost respect for him on Twitter, too. I used to reply to him, but I just lost respect for him because if you look at his old tweets, he used to hype up, defend the U.S. Open Cup, and now just
oh no, he's got Don Garber's dick so far down his throat now. It's not even funny.
It's someone I completely lost respect for. I can't really continue. But everyone, if you just arrived, make sure to drop a like in the stream. The game will start in approximately 5 minutes. So me and Peter are going to take a 1-minute break. I'm going to put a quick word from the sponsor of this video, Underdog Fantasy. And we'll be back in 1 minute. If you want to play, the link is in the description, and you can just hit the like button. Me and Peter will be back in a minute. All right, see you soon. Underdog Fantasy is a fun game to play prior to any soccer match or basketball, football as well. You know, it just adds an extra excitement to the game. And this summer, I will be playing Underdog Fantasy during the Copa America and Euros. You can download the app by using the link in the description of this video and use the promo code TMTV. Yes, please. Don't forget to use the code. And let me tell you why. Sign up with the code TMTV to claim your special pick plus a first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. The game I mainly play is called Pick'em. I just Click on it, scroll to the soccer section, and pick a player for the specific match and select the stats that I believe will be lower or higher. It's very easy to play, but be smart about it because it's not that easy to win. I'll also be playing some Underdog Fantasy during some match live streams during the Copa America and Olympics, posting my picks on X and Instagram, so you must stay tuned for that as well. And once again, I'm a professional hater, so usually I pick anything that will have me rooting for the downfall of that player. With that said, once again, thank you Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring the channel. The link to play is in the description of this video, and the promo code once again is TMTV. Thank you Underdog Fantasy. And before the game starts, Pete, let's go through one thing here real quick. The highly prestigious Leagues Cup.
Yes, please.
Yeah, not going to promote it here, but I just want to put this out. There were a few accounts reporting on this yesterday, but I'm going to put them up here. By the way, accounts you guys can follow. John Rollins is a big Orlando City fan. He put here the wall at kickoff. By the way, he's also a big Orlando City fan. Okay, so he's not a guy that is hating on Orlando or anything. And
He's
he
just
put
presenting
this.
evidence.
Yeah, well, he's pro U.S. Open. I know he went to the game, but he has defended the Open Cup. He went there, and he's just showing what it is. And then Atlanta United, Coach Ice Trey was there, I believe, in the game, and he recorded this. It was completely empty, Atlanta. It's funny because that's a big building that we were told by.
That's a big building. But he wasn't even talking. I mean, he was talking about this building, but that's not where the Open Cup game. They put the Open Cup game in Kennesaw, and he lied about the numbers. The numbers are 2,400, not 1,400. So outside Atlanta on a Friday night?
Well, this was Friday night, but the Open Cup was midweek, which is terrible.
Midweek, outside Atlanta in the Atlanta United 2 stadium, and the Open Cup tickets were not part of the season ticket holder package. So you had to buy extra tickets. Leagues Cup was in Mercedes-Benz. It was part of the season ticket package. That's a big building, Don.
Well, and you know what's funny about all of this too is our big friend, which he hasn't come after us in a long time, so I appreciate him for that. Thank you very much. Nico Moreno, that covers the Seattle Sounders, he posted that he felt like the atmosphere was down, and he felt like the stadium, the fans didn't really care about the Leagues Cup, that it felt empty. Nico Moreno, and he is known for being a Sounders shill.
Yeah.
Okay. And so again, it's not me and Pete. It's people that are normally known more towards to be on the show side of Major League Soccer that were like, obviously there were a few propagandists here and there trying to push a narrative. Like they put out that Orlando City had 16,000 people in the stadium. You guys just saw that there was not 16,000 people in this. That stadium fits 25,000. 16,000 is over 50%. It wasn't there. It was at best 10,000, probably less. So the Leagues Cup will fill up, like late stages, especially the Mexican Americans. They'll fill out the stadium. It'll be full. They'll do that. And I believe that's probably the market that MLS is trying to tap into. It's the Mexican Americans that watch Liga MX. Chivas will sell out. Club America will sell out. I don't know which other ones are the big ones, but those are
tournament. It's not even for the MLS fans. But I am very proud of a lot of the MLS fans for boycotting it. Austin, St. Louis, Minnesota. Who else? There was another big one. Philadelphia Union. Those are just the official supporters groups that came out. But from the looks of it, even in Atlanta and Orlando, they're boycotting it too. Oh, also Miami. Did you see how many tickets are available for Miami? They're like $20 tickets.
Miami are not boycotting. It's just that's what happens when Messi doesn't play.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is that's still the Leagues Cup.
Yeah.
Like, across the board, it's so far been kind of a failure. I mean, it's only a few games in, but.
And Andy Garcia is saying LeBron James greater than George Washington. I mean, George Washington never won the NBA. So that's a big difference. Spicy Jeff is saying, do y'all think I'm weird? If so, why? I wouldn't say weird. Just
no, I don't think you're weird.
You're over the top spicy.
Different. Definitely different. You're unusual. You have personality.
You are a very unique personality. Very unique.
That's the word. Unique. Unique and Spicy Jeff.
Yes. Pete, but in terms of by the way, I think the game just started. Yeah, the game just started. What's your score prediction before it actually
I'm going to go 2-0 to the U.S. Maybe that's overly optimistic. But if we play like we did against France, we should have more chances.
I'm going to say 1-0, and I'm going to share my main concern. One thing is for you to play a team that takes the initiative against you, and your main job is to defend. The other is when you have to get the job done, which is what we have to today. So I'm going to say 1-0. I don't know if I'm being optimistic or not, but we have to believe we're going to win, right? We have to
Yeah,
believe we're going to win.
for sure.
So I'm going to go with that. And I'm also watching Brazil's playing France in basketball, and surprisingly, the score is close. Look at Brazil. Look at Brazil go. Okay, everyone, the game just started here. United States and New Zealand. I'm about to hit second 50. Where are you at, Pete?
34.
FootMob still hasn't updated, but the game has started for me. I don't know what you guys are doing. And John Token with the shot on target. Already a shot on target from the United States from long distance, John Token. Honestly, it was a bit of an easy save, but still a good shot from Token. You can only score if you hit the ball on target. Good first touch.
Duncan.
Oh, it deflected. No, it was Token.
Oh no, I was looking earlier at Duncan giving the ball away.
Oh, he'll do that a lot during the game. Don't worry. He'll give the ball away. The amount of times he'll give the ball away is just directly related to how many times he touches the ball. Is football not going to update the time?
Oh yeah, that's a total deflection.
Okay, now FootMob updated. So I'm at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Corner kick for the United States. Mihailovic taking the corner.
Come on, Mihailovic.
Not a good delivery. Right into the goalkeeper's hands. Not a good delivery.
Isn't that what did Max call him? Set piece specialist?
Yeah, he also called Jordan Morris a header specialist. Aerial specialist, yes.
Aerial specialist and set piece specialist.
Yeah. Just everyone that does two things in MLS becomes a specialist.
Only if you play in MLS. You're not a specialist if you don't play in MLS, though.
No. And you also don't have to do it consistently in MLS. You have to do it twice.
You have to do it one time. If he has one clip of you doing it, you're a specialist.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if Mihailovic is scoring free kicks every single week in MLS, I'll say, yeah, maybe he is a specialist. But it's not what's happening, man. It's just not what's happening. Here comes the U.S. Paxton is through. He's so slow. He's so slow. Paxton's kind of slow, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not the quickest. He's definitely not quick.
Just not really expert. Right. That was a terrible. All right, I'll see you soon, Pete. I know you're gonna.
All right, I'll be in and out.
Okay, that should be a corner for the U.S. But so far, the U.S. is looking far better than New Zealand. Let's be honest here. So far, looking far better. I'm about to hit minute 3. And now Jordi Mihailovic will take another corner. Mihailovic will take a corner here for the United States. Okay, we go short. Stop the short corners. Okay, and New Zealand recovers the possession here. We have to stop these short corners. That's a soft call. Free kick here for New Zealand. 3 minutes into the first half. Free kick for New Zealand. Hey, look at that. We got some Americans in the crowd. No disrespect to New Zealand, but they're simply not a good team. We cannot lose to New Zealand. It would be a complete disgrace if we lose to New Zealand, right? It's just not good. I respect Zealand, the YouTube channel, very much. But New Zealand, the country, I respect the country, but not the soccer national team. This is not a good team. We should beat them, even though they looked good against Guinea. Guinea's probably not a good team either, despite having a few good players here and there. They look completely disjointed. They look like complete crap. Anything but a win here is unacceptable. And throw in for New Zealand. We will not lose to New Zealand. If we lose to New Zealand, none of these players should be called in ever again. I'm just saying, this can't happen. This can't happen. My main concern is just like where are the goals going to come from this team. And I've been saying this ever since the Olympics started. We don't have a playmaker, and we don't have a goal scorer. That is a major issue. That is why when I said my score prediction will be 1-0, that is the reason. That is the reason. Zealand love. Well, yeah, Zealand is a great channel, man. I used to watch, I know he started the Zealandism channel, but I just like his Football Manager content very much. And we met in Austin, Texas last year. Great guy, Zealand. But we got to differentiate Zealand. He's Zealand, but he's not from New Zealand. Okay, he isn't. I can't confirm that. I asked him in person. And he's not from New Zealand. Some might say that New Zealand was actually named after Zealand. That's what I heard. That's what he told me. And I believe him. I believe him. The country of New Zealand is like 10 years old. It's a very young country. It's like 10 years old. Maybe 15. Maybe 15. That'll be a free kick for the United States here. Free kick for the United States. Long ball from Tolkien. Header goes inside. Penalty. Penalty kick for the United States. Penalty kick for the United States of America. Was that Harrio that got taken down in the box? Penalty kick for the United States. One zero for the U.S. Well, not 1-0, sorry. Penalty kick. We still need a score. Okay, penalty kick for the United States. And it'll be Duncan McGuire. Duncan McGuire will take the penalty kick. Oh, Lord. No, it's Mihailovic. It's Mihailovic. He better not fuck this up. I'm sorry, guys. He better not mess this up. Mihailovic will take a penalty kick. Mihailovic for the United States could give a lead here. Could get the United States a lead. Jordi Mihailovic. Mihailovic. And 1-0 for the United States. 1-0 for the United States. 1-0 for the United States. Jordi Mihailovic off a penalty kick. This is actually crucial. Get an early lead. Now we force New Zealand to come after us. We no longer have to take the initiative here. We no longer have to take the initiative here. We have the 1-0 lead. Just keep playing the way we're playing. 1-0 for the United States. Good penalty kick from Mihailovic. Ball to one side, goalkeeper to the other. Lawrence is saying, and now we CONCACAF to tax 1-0 prediction. I mean, look, listen. I want us to play pretty. I want us to score lots of goals. And again, it could come down to goal differential, so it is important to score more goals. But let's take the result. A win is a win. We need to get a win. So far, so good. So far, so good. We are so back. We are so back right now. 1-0 against New Zealand. I told you guys New Zealand's not good, but again, I'm still worried. Yet he's saying, what were y'all saying about Mihailovic? He scored a penalty kick. Give me a break. Give me a freaking break. If he plays well, we'll give him credit for it. So far, Mihailovic hasn't done much. Hasn't been poor today, at least. But give me a break. I'm not going to praise the guy for converting a penalty kick. Well, I mean, I kind of did already by saying good penalty, and it was a good penalty. But give me a break. He'll get praised if he plays well. And obviously, converting a penalty kick is a bonus. Okay, now a corner kick for New Zealand. Ball delivered, cleared by, was it Duncan? I think it was Duncan, yeah. John Tolkien clears the header. Duncan McGuire wins it. And okay, Mihailovic loses the ball. Hey, Mihailovic lost the ball. Should I point that out too? He can't win 50-50 duels. Okay, New Zealand with the ball. Brings it inside. Okay, we are going to start parking the bus, aren't we? Long shot from New Zealand, blocked. Get that ball away from there. New Zealand in the final third with the ball. We have everyone back there, even Duncan McGuire. And the U.S. recovers it. Paxton Aronson goes past one. Find someone, Paxton. You're not going to go on your own. Or maybe you are. Maybe he is. He's going on his own. Here comes Paxton Aronson. And then now he has no options. But at least he was able to progress the ball forward on his own. Mihailovic. Back to Tanner Tessman. Tessman to Busio. Busio out wide to Paxton Aronson down the left flank. Paxton Aronson will drive it inside. No, he goes back to John Tolkien. John Tolkien. And we'll see what he delivers here. Paxton back to Tessman. Okay, Tessman. Tessman, it's kind of funny because Tessman has improved quite a bit on the ball. Quite a bit. It's pretty freaking noticeable how much he has improved on. And then he just shits the bed as soon as I say that. He misplaces the pass. But okay, he has improved quite a bit on the ball. It's just quite remarkable how he's just kind of a big guy and how he's just so slow to move, right? It's like when you look at the Titanic, a ginormous ship, even though the Titanic is not as big as a cruise ship these days, it just takes him so long to move. And that's how I feel with Tanner Tessman, even though he's been much better on the ball than he's been in the past. But everyone, if you just tuned in, make sure to drop a like in the video if you haven't already. The United States has a 1-0 lead against New Zealand. We have 126 likes. We should be able to hit like 200 right now or something like that. Yeah, sure. 200. 200 sounds like a good number. Oh my goodness. This was actually the United States' first Olympic goal in 5,827 days. Because we haven't played in the World Cup, in the Olympics since 2008. What minute am I at? I'm at 11:30, 11:31, 11:32, 11:33, 11:34, 11:35, 11:36, and free kick. Mihailovic delivers. Okay. Go, 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 go. Walker Zimmerman, 2-0 for the United States. 2-0 for the United States. Walker Zimmerman. 2-0 for the U.S. men's national team against New Zealand. They are so ass. Ball delivered, good hustle, and then Walker Zimmerman takes care of business in the box. Just very scrappy, very smart finish there from Walker Zimmerman. Not a great delivery from Jordan Mihailovic, but good fight there from Harrio and nice scrappy finish from Walker Zimmerman. We are so back now. 2-0. We are so back. Hold on, guys. I got to keep tweeting. I got to stop to tweet. It just happens. I must say, it is surprising me how we're getting these goals early in the game. I'm also very surprised how shit New Zealand is. Now, keep in mind, we need to keep scoring goals because of the goal differential. The goal differential is crucial. Remember, we are in a negative. We were in a -3. Now we're on a -1, and so is New Zealand on a -1. We need to keep getting goals. Keep getting goals. Because again, you never know. You just never know. Walker Zimmerman is world class. Let's chill. Let's chill. The thing is, New Zealand looked far better than Guinea. Looked far better than Guinea. So if we're being able to pull this result with some comfort here today, I would assume it should be we should have no issue in defeating Guinea, right? There'd be no issue. Aerial special. No, Zimmerman didn't score off a header. He didn't score off a header. It was a cross. The ball was just like ping-ponging around in the box with Harrio winning I guess like kind of like a 50-50 finishes. The goalkeeper saves it. And then Walker Zimmerman was able to actually, in a very clever way, sneak through the defender and get the finish and push it into the back of the net. Tanner Tessman, dispossessed. That could have been a shot. Two 0 for the United States, 15 minutes into the game. The interesting thing is right now, as things stand, I think it's more likely. So we're probably not going to face. Well, we could face Argentina still. They could finish first because Argentina is currently first in their group, but Argentina has been terrible. They are better than us on paper, for sure. Argentina is better than us on paper, but they have been terrible. Larry Lowe is saying New Zealand is an island nation, sort of how we destroy certain island nations. Just saying, we are good against island nations, right? We tied England in the World Cup. We tied Wales. We're good against island nations, right? We've seen that. Except for Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago, we're not good against them. Okay, New Zealand saved by Schulte. Saved by Schulte. Okay. Ukraine can beat Argentina. You are right. I think Ukraine could possibly beat Argentina, but I do think Argentina will beat Ukraine. I think that Argentina will beat Ukraine in the Olympics. And then I think if we finish second, which is more likely for us to finish second, right, and France in first, we would probably be playing Argentina. But again, this Argentina side is beatable. The Argentina side is beatable. Are we the favorites against them? Probably not, but they are beatable. We essentially can beat any island nation besides Trinidad. That's the only one we really struggle. We beat Jamaica most of the time, Grenada. We also hold our own against England, that they're technically supposed to beat us, but they're not able to. So again, we're good against islands. We're very good against island nations. So 2-0 for the United States, which is a crucial, crucial win. Okay, now New Zealand with the ball once again. It would be important for us because of the goal differential to possibly get another goal, get one more goal. And here comes New Zealand. New Zealand in possession. We're sitting very, very deep now. Every single player. Paxton lunged in way too early. New Zealand trying to get a goal back here. Good ball. Here comes a cross from New Zealand, or maybe a cross. Like Paredes is doing that dirty work right there. More of a defender. I think Paredes is more of a fullback, dude. Paredes is more of a fullback. Yeah, I'm still going to die on this hill. I still think Tanner Tessman would be better suited to play as a center back. I still think Tanner Tessman would be better suited to play as a center back. And then as for Kevin Paredes, probably more of a fullback. Long term, that's what I'm saying. They can play the positions that they're playing. David Addison is saying, chances anyone here makes it to the main U.S. men's national team? If so, who? I mean, look, there's always a chance for the goalkeeper to make it to the roster, right? Because we've been very shit when it comes to the goalkeeping position. But you have a few players like Tessman and Busio can fight for a roster spot in the future. Walker and Miles, not very for them being in the roster, but again, they definitely have a shot depending on who's the coach. I would say Kevin Paredes has a shot. Paxton has a shot. Taylor Booth is on the bench. He has a shot on making the roster in the future. And that's pretty much about it. Maybe Caleb Wiley has a shot in the future too. That's probably it. The thing is, no one has been remarkable so far, right? But those would be the names like Paxton, Paredes, Booth, Tessman, and Gianluca Busio. Those are the guys that definitely have a shot on making it to the roster in the future. Besides that, not so many. Got myself some coffee here. Good to go. And Pete's here for a second. Hey, Pete.
Dude, this New Zealand team is ass.
Yeah, and just imagine Guinea.
Oh my God. I mean, very happy we're winning.
They
What
they
they
look
do.
good. They look good against Guinea. So imagine Guinea.
Jeez. Well, hey, we needed points. We needed 3 points today. It's looking in that direction. My one thing is, I don't know why we're playing out of the back under the press again. Did you see just now?
Yeah,
Tried to
the
play out of the back.
goalkeepers. Nobody's good at their feet there.
No, nobody. No wonder we keep giving it away. We got to be careful with that. But dude, like Michael Boxall tried to pass to his left back under no pressure, and he couldn't even do it.
Yeah, the problem with us trying to play out of the back is that against a team like New Zealand, they don't punish you because they don't have the quality. But if you do
Yeah.
that against other teams, even the Argentina side that's very poorly coached by Mascherano, they still have Almada, Alvarez. These guys, if you give them an opportunity, they'll punish you. And they did that today against Iraq.
How did so many teams get good players released and we couldn't?
Well, from what I heard, our players, everyone that was asked, didn't want to come. So that's what I heard.
Maybe they knew Mitrovic was a Berhalter shill. They were like,
Yeah.
I don't need Serbian Berhalter in my life.
Or maybe a lot of them weren't that excited to be with the U.S. men's national team under Berhalter. Maybe he didn't create that culture that everyone sold us on.
Oh,
And
but he's a culture specialist, Tack.
like, ooh, Schulte with the weird save. It was deflected. Good save, actually. The thing with it too, for example, Pulisic is going on like an interview tour right now, right? And then he's going also.
Why?
Well, he just joined Milan too, but he was going like Jimmy Fallon. Then he went somewhere else for an interview. Pulisic could have gone to the Olympics, dude, and he would have been fine. He could have joined Milan halfway through preseason. He would have been fine.
But also, do you have no shame? Like after the failure of Copa America, you should be hiding in your apartment, not going on a speaking tour. Did anybody put any pressure on him in this speaking tour, or was it all like, "We love you, Christian. Let's discuss your favorite breakfast cereal"?
Jimmy Fallon called his tattoo cringe.
No. I'm talking about why the fuck are you a miserable failure? Because that's what happened at Copa America.
Oh no one talked about that.
No,
No one talked about it. No
That's
one
the thing.
also asked him, is like, Christian, do you still endorse Berhalter after what happened? Oh. Okay, Pete, can you just take over for 1 second? I spilled coffee all over my table.
Oh no.
It's Spicy Jeff's super
So
chat.
you pulled Miles.
Yes.
All right. Well, what's happening, guys? It's to promote AC Milan's USA. Yeah, but you're in America. Sure, you're promoting Milan. I can't believe anybody didn't be like, why did you guys fail so miserably in Copa America? Like, I don't care if it's for Milan. He's an American on American soil, going on a speaking tour. At least put some pressure on him and be like, why did you guys fail so miserably? Like, I hate soccer culture in our country sometimes.
Well, Pulisic was very quick to schedule an interview with ESPN when Berhalter wasn't around to endorse Berhalter's return.
Oh, yeah.
But then clearly he's not willing to do interviews now where someone will probably question him. Is like, what happened, dude? You endorsed this guy. It was a complete collapse. It was embarrassing. It was actually, if you go back the past 20 years, it was probably the second worst result from the U.S. men's national team in a competitive tournament. The first one being failing to qualify to the World Cup. And guess what? I don't blame Pulisic for Cuba. He was actually our only good player there, pretty much. But he wasn't. He was part of both. He was there on two of the most embarrassing moments for U.S. men's national team in the past whatever years. Maybe 98 World Cup. Well, 2006 World Cup was definitely not this bad. Jeff Carey said, what's the difference between England, Britain, and the United Kingdom? Is England a country? If so, who's the prime minister of England? Confusing. Well, England is a country. Great Britain is that whole like all the islands, right? Like Wales, Scotland, and that's the United Kingdom, right?
Well, only Ireland is the British Isles, the UK. It's Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England, and the prime minister is the prime minister of all of them. It's the prime minister of Great Britain or the UK, whatever you want to call it. But yes, they have a England is a country, but it's Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland with England make up Great Britain and the UK.
Okay, and back here, Paxton down the left. We'll get across. Busio. Oh, Busio, that was a poor finish from Busio. It was a clear cut. Yeah, this New Zealand team is not good, dude. Not good.
We should rack up the score, get some of that goal difference back.
Yeah, right now we're tied with them. We should get an extra goal here, and we'll be ahead of them on goal differential, and that could be important
That
because
could be important. Yeah.
get as
That
many
could be.
goals as you can because you never know. Also, the game against Guinea is a different game. It could be a tough one. David Addison saying, "I would love to see Weston instead on that interview tour. So much personality. I don't care he played bad. Yeah, I think Weston. I'll hold my opinion to myself. I would
No, but
not.
I think that's part of the problem. It's like, why do you get credit for having personality when you play like shit? We need to start holding. Look, I know Berhalter got most of the criticism in this last cycle, and I'll say this for myself. I could have been better about holding some of the players more accountable. Right? I think we're enamored with this generation. Like, frankly, I don't care if Weston dances. If you play like in every other country, when you go to a tournament and you fail miserably and you play like shit, and people go, I don't care. He dances nice on TikTok. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, look, I have no issue with players acting, joking around, messing around, having fun. I mean, it's part of being a human, honestly, not just a player. But again, Weston McKennie has shown many times to lack the professionalism, and I think when that's the case, I don't want to see him joking around. I don't care. I don't care, honestly. I have no doubt he's a great player. We've seen it, but again, there's more to it than just being talented. Steven Spada saying, to be fair, no one outside of the soccer community cares about the Copa America. The Olympics is where the eyes are. Honestly, in terms of our YouTube numbers, it's the complete opposite. Like the Olympics has been far worse, just for whatever that's worth. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah. I don't know if people care that much about this Olympics.
Look, the more I watch Tanner Testament, the more I see that I don't think he can play as a six at the highest level. I just don't see it.
No,
It's
not
more
the
like a
highest
center
level.
back.
But I don't think he'll ever be a high level player, like not an elite player.
He can play the six here just fine, just like Chris Richards could play the. Well, Chris Richards actually played the six at a high level, at the highest level.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Premier League. I don't know if that's the highest level, but it's up there for sure.
Premier League is the highest level.
I mean, the highest level would be the top 4 of the Premier League, I guess. So it depends.
No, I meant like at the high. I usually generalize playing at the highest level as playing in top 5 leagues, Champions League. Those are like the highest levels.
Oh, I
right?
think Tanner could play in a top 5 league.
As a six.
Yeah, doesn't have to play for the best team, but he could play for Torino as a 6.
Yeah,
and a double pivot for maybe. I think he could. Bundesliga too.
yeah, maybe like more like relegation battle teams, more or less. Stephen Nagishi saying, "Do you rate Maguire at all? He looked super bad versus Japan, and that image is still ingrained in my." No, we don't rate Harry. Sorry, not Harry, Duncan Maguire and Harry Maguire, but Duncan Maguire. He's just the only thing we appreciate from Duncan is he will give it all. Like you can see it. He puts his body on the line. He hustles. But as a player, no, I don't rate him. I've watched him a lot for Orlando, and I don't think Pete rates him either.
Here's the real question: would you rather have Harry or Duncan?
Harry, of course. Harry's better than Walker and Miles, dude.
Ooh, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with you.
yeah,
He would be the highest paid center back in MLS
yes. Like
because he deserved it, not because he's American.
we clown Harry Maguire, but again, he still like doesn't look like shit in the Premier League. He's okay. Like he's fine. He's a Premier League level defender for the most part.
I
The
mean,
problem,
he's pretty bad for United, dude.
yeah, but he was good for Leicester.
Yeah, but then what happened? I guess also a lot of guys go to United and then just it's a disaster. A lot of good players.
Harry Maguire for a mid-table Premier League team, he's fine. Like
Yeah,
he'll be
like a
fine.
West Ham.
Like yeah, he will be totally fine, totally fine. But again, he I guess he went a little too high for his reach. Oh, Paredes, Bucio. Oh, missed. What's going on here? Bucio. Oh, okay. Toto, that's in. Go 3-0. 3-0. Gianluca
right.
Bucio.
Busio, well done. Let's get that. Let's pump this up, huh? Pump up this goal difference.
3-0 for the U.S. men's national team. Now we're ahead of them.
Oh, wow. That's deflection. That's like 3 deflections, but we'll take it. So now we're ahead of them on goal difference. 6-0. Could we get to 6?
I say just keep scoring.
Yeah. Let's get the highest goal difference in the group. So now we're back to 0. So now we need to start doing the plus ones.
Yep. Now we're up to 0 and they're -2.
Yes. So Paredes leaves it off for him, bounces off. Yeah, it bounced off the defender and went in, but hey, we'll take it. If you don't shoot, you can't score. Oh, it was actually the defender who tackled Paredes. Oh, it came off the keeper.
Yeah, this team is just complete.
Oh, no, off the defender's leg. Wait, let me see here. Oh, no, it bounced off the defender and then off the keeper and into the net.
Yeah, one of my big lessons here so far is New Zealand should not play soccer.
No, what is going on? I mean, so a lot of these guys play in, or some of them play in MLS. Some of them play in, oh my God, again? Busio, finish it. Oh, Duncan, come on. Oh my God. New Zealand looks like amateurs, dude. It looks like when you're playing like, not Trinidad and Tobago even, but like some really amateur team.
Yeah, they look semi-pro, almost like not as bad, but kind of comparable to that Jamaica game in the U20s where the goals just kept coming.
Yeah. You know who would love this since they are an island nation?
Jesus, hat-trick.
Jesus
hat-trick.
Jesus would be killing it.
Oh, yeah. This was a Jesus Ferreira hat-trick game.
Oh, yeah, easily. And then, you know, Alexi Lalas and Stu Holden are about to tell us that he's the best striker we have.
And then Steven Spada saying, to clarify, if you want to grow the sport, people know the Olympics. If you don't follow the sport at all, most likely, yeah. Steven, with that, we agree with you. We said that too. They're more casual sports fans watching the Olympics. But I don't think these casuals are really watching the U.S. soccer early on. They'll probably watch it if we make a deep run. Then we're going to see the casuals talk about the U.S. men's national team. If anything, they might even be following the women's national team more, because that's a team that's fighting for a gold medal. The mans, they're probably not expecting shit from the mans.
No. Years of failure have taught them to expect nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly holding my own expectations. Isaac saying, concerning that many players have 0 transfer rumors. I don't know if it's concerning, because most of the transfer rumors usually are just like lies. They're talking about Weston and Tanner going to Fiorentina. They're talking Gio might leave. So again, also a lot of our U.S. men's national team players, they found a home. So a lot of them most don't need a move. Most of our players don't need a move, unlike last summer.
Yeah, well, also, like, Wiley's already moved. Aiden Morris has already moved. A lot of our guys are in good situations. They don't need to move. Although CCV should.
Luis Villanueva is saying, what do you think of the Colombians losing their visas for entering Hard Rock without tickets? Your video could be evidence. Keep up the good work. Saludos. Look, I'll put it this way. If you have a visa and you're in the U.S., it means the country has granted you permission to live here, work here, which I am all for that. My parents migrated to the U.S. I think it's very important for us to have immigration, just in general, legal immigration in this case. But if you broke the law,
it's a crime. Isn't it a crime?
It's a crime. It's what you did. Yes, I believe they should be losing it.
Also, guys, I've lived most of my life abroad. I was very aware if I ever committed a crime in any country, they would deport me instantly. No questions asked. And I would be lucky to be deported. More likely than not, I enter jail for a while. So I was very careful. Even simple things like running a red light or, it's like, look, I'm in somebody else's country. Don't break the law, period. But I was very conscious of especially not breaking the law as a foreigner.
Yeah. First and foremost, no one should break the law here, period. American or whatever the heck you're from. It doesn't matter. Don't break the law. Now, if you're American and you break the law, you go to jail. And in this case, for them, it doesn't look like, I don't know if they're going to also get some jail time, but losing their visas, I mean, I think the best way to describe it is actions have consequences.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's a consequence of your action. I do not feel bad for anyone that loses their visa if they did that. I don't feel bad. That's all I'll say. I was there. It was a horrible experience. I had tickets and I didn't get in the game. So I could have gone through the ventilation system with them. Could have tried to do
Yeah.
it, but like no, I'll watch it from home.
Dude, why are we bringing on Jack McGlynn for Busio instead of Taylor Booth?
Is Busio injured also? Keeps
Yeah,
getting
I
out
think he
early.
just blew a hammy, dude.
That's not good because he's been one of our good performers these first two games. Yeah. And then Stephen Agish saying, appreciate the encouraging USMNT search update. Yeah, guys, listen, the search update, we do have a source there. We're just putting out what they're telling us. We trust him. We trust him a lot. And based on what he's saying, I don't know why he wouldn't lie to us about this. And he's very optimistic about the coaching search. And I can also share that he does share similar thoughts to us towards who should be the coach. So if it was Chirundolo, it was something crappy, like a bad coach, he wouldn't be happy. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the coaching search. Hopefully we get an update soon.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Fingers crossed. It does seem like at least this time they are being quite serious about, going after a big European coach, or not just a big name, but someone that has experience at a high level. And obviously, doesn't mean they'll get it, but it does seem like the intent is there. And we're very reluctant to give U.S. Soccer the benefit of the doubt, for sure. But in this case, it does seem like they are doing the right thing, or at least trying to. We'll see how successful they are.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk yet about Canada's drone nonsense?
Did we talk about it on the last stream, or was that after?
I don't know. I haven't talked about it with you.
No,
So
I don't think we talked about it in stream at all, actually.
It's hilarious to me that, like, Canada, look, spy all you want, but flying drones over a closed training session is against FIFA rules. It's illegal. You're not supposed to do that. It's a closed training session. Come on. Canada, really? It's a weird thing because you don't think of Canada as, like, usually that's like something Argentina would do. You know what I mean? Or like a big soccer nation. Canada doing it, like, you needed a drone to beat Honduras. Do you remember how bad Honduras was in World Cup qualifying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we beat them at home. We beat them away. Like, they were the only team we beat away. They were bottom of the Ocho. You needed drone footage to beat Honduras. Come on. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, there should be a punishment for it because they qualified to the World Cup using that.
No,
Allegedly.
But also the women get to pay the price now. The women got deducted 6 points from the Olympics, so they're not going to qualify out of their group.
Really?
Yeah. The women, you didn't see that? The women just got deducted 6 points.
Well, that's because they got caught during the Olympics. That's why.
Oh, they were just spying during the now?
Yeah. The coach was even kicked out. Like, they were spying during the Olympics, and I think because that was caught, I think it leaked that they've been doing this for years. I think that's what happened. So it makes sense that they're punished there now, but there has to be a punishment for the man's program too.
Yeah, there should be. Also, didn't John Herdman straight up lie? He said that never happened, and then, like, literally happened.
The Honduras one, yeah. That was
Honduras one. Also, do you notice when he lied, he said that never happened in the Olympics or in the World Cup. He actually didn't say it never happened during World Cup qualifying. So it was a very specific lie from John Herdman. But,
I mean, if it happened during the World Cup and they got 0 points, that's an embarrassment.
I know. Even with drone footage, you still couldn't get a point.
No, not at all. So here, back to the game, 3-0 for the United States. It seems like it's 100% under control. But as me and Pete said before, it looks like this opponent is beat up. So you keep beating.
Yeah, we need the goal difference because you never know what happens with New Guinea, France.
Got to do it like Michael Jackson and just beat it. That's what you got to do here. The ski saying, my brother is new to soccer, and he just said it's weird seeing the U.S. attack with a lead. And hopefully we keep it up, man. There's absolutely no reason to sit back today.
No reason to terrible, dude. They're so bad. Like, the basics is not even there.
You keep scoring. And we talked about this many times in the first game, how losing to France 3-0 was bad. But once again, we need to keep scoring goals because there's still a chance it could come down to goal differential. We don't know. And that's what it is.
Lawrence Krieger says, don't give Jeff inspiration to beat it.
Oh, no. Yeah. Jeff Carey, when I said beat it, don't beat it.
Michael Jackson song. It was not Tender Words of Love from Tack, Jeff.
Yeah. And I don't think Michael Jackson meant beat it in the way that
I don't
Jeff.
think so either.
Yeah. So I wouldn't. Don't beat it. Don't beat it.
Or just don't tell us about it.
Yeah. Do as you wish.
It's like
Do
League
as.
Cup. Beat it or don't beat it.
Oh boy, 3-0 here. Also, the U.S. has to keep scoring here to generate more excitement, right? The men's
Yeah.
national team needs to generate excitement. If the casuals look into this and they see that we have a 5-0 win against New Zealand, they don't know New Zealand sucks ass. They'll just get excited about it. Ball goes long. Duncan McGuire. Let's see what he can pull. Let's see what Duncan can do here, Pete. And he loses the ball.
Even Mihailovic, dude, what has he done apart from get a free penalty? He's done nothing this whole game.
Johnny's saying Zimmerman's curtains match the drape.
I don't want to think about his curtains or his drapes.
Yeah, don't know, don't care. Will not comment on it. L Stun Gun is saying shadow band stream wasn't showing up for me. Guys in the chat, was the stream showing up for you guys? I don't know. It's about similar amount of people here as the last stream. I mean, I'm looking at my personal account. The stream popped up. Maybe L Stun Gun. Maybe you need to put the notifications on. I don't know. Guys in the chat, let us know. Did the stream show up for you? I don't think I'm shadow banned. Doesn't make sense. Sean also said Michael Jackson also preferred. Oh, okay, Sean. I'm no comment. No comment.
I love this chat sometimes. Entertainment value is high. It's like it's like having drinks with Max. By the way, I would have beers with Max again in a heartbeat. If you're listening, Max, even if you call me a red flag, I will still have drinks with you.
Yeah, so some people are saying the stream showed up in their main page. Other people said no. If it's not showing up for you, then just gotta like maybe put the notification. I don't know how YouTube works in that sense. Or hit the like button. If you hit the like button, it'll pop up more for you. I don't know. But a lot of people are saying they saw it. Some people even got the notification. So it's definitely not I don't think it's shadow ban. Jeff Carey said, England is one of the 4 countries, along with Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, that make up for the sovereign nation of the UK. So England is a country, but not a nation. Sounds sketchy. So
Jeff's really tugging at a new thread today, huh?
Yeah, he's like geopolitic Jeff. No, geography Jeff.
Geography Jeff. I like him better than Spicy Jeff.
Yeah,
is
more
there
educational.
Between a country and a nation? I don't think so.
Yeah, Jeff, what's the difference between a country and a nation?
I don't know. I don't think there is one. Is there?
Geography Jeff.
Geopolitical Jeff. Give him a segment on the show. And then if he gets spicy, you just kick him off.
Yeah, Jeff.
Now it's time.
He's much more informative. No.
Yes. Do you ever watch Veggie Tales when you were a kid?
No. What the heck is that?
Okay, family wasn't Christian. My family was Christian, so we watched it's like Bible stories, but like cartoon told by like vegetables. And there was this always at halftime at the middle, they had a part of the show called Silly Songs with Larry. The part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song. It was like a cucumber who would sing a dumb song. But it was like,
oh, I watched that. I see it now. VeggieTales. Yeah.
Yeah, VeggieTales. Yeah. You know Larry the cucumber?
Yeah, I remember that.
Sing a silly song. Where is my hairbrush? This like Jeff. He can be like Larry the cucumber. Now's the part of the stream where Jeff comes out and does geopolitics.
Julian Vivas is saying, not gonna lie, I had doubts about the starting 11, but I'm glad I was wrong. Who do you guys like from today? I think every concern that anyone had about the starting 11 is probably still there. Yeah. The main thing that surprised me was just how bad New Zealand was. I expect them not to be great, even though they looked fine. They looked good against Guinea. I'm gonna be surprised if France doesn't run over Guinea, because Guinea looked bad against New Zealand, and New Zealand is clearly ass.
Although France didn't look that good against us either.
No, but they were definitely better, right? Player by player. You could see.
Oh, yeah. They're the better team, but I'm saying for the talent they had, they didn't look that good.
Mm-hmm. And Emmanuel Benitez is saying, I love watching your stream. It feels like friends hanging out. That's the goal, Emmanuel, for us when we do live watch-alongs. It's so we can all just hang out, watch the game together. We'll talk about the game, obviously, when it's a more. For example, U.S. in the quarterfinals, it'll be much more tense.
Yeah,
There'll be
much
more
more
cursing.
stakes, you know.
But today, since it's an easy win, it's been more of a hangout. And the ref just added 7 minutes. 7 minutes
Yeah,
added.
there's a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Maverick says his favorite song is Barbara Manatee. That's one of Larry's silly songs.
And Jack Pineda saying, "Remember, guys, stepsister relationship throw." Okay, who said that?
Dude, it's from Straight Red. It's a Straight Red joke because they literally give stepsister dating advice on their channel.
Okay, hey, they can.
What they're saying is technically it's legal if you're not related by blood, which is true. It is legal. It's weird. It also depends when, in my opinion, sure, do whatever you want. But it depends when you became, like, if you were 4 and she became your stepsister, to me, that's your sister. That's your sister. If your parents got divorced when you were 30 and your mom is dating a new guy who has a 28-year-old daughter, yeah, technically she's your stepsister, but you didn't grow up together. So it's very different. So I think it just depends.
But I mean, probably avoid it.
I don't think it's a good idea, but like if you two find true love, I'm not going to judge you for it.
Isn't that something that has in that show Sex Education on Netflix?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a show named Sex Education on Netflix. It's a comedy show, but
yeah, I've seen it. But where's I don't remember any stepsister stuff.
Well, isn't like the mom like dating a dad, and then the daughter is dating
Swedish
the
guy? Yeah. She's dating the Swedish guy, and his daughter is dating her son.
Yeah, so I know they're not married, but it's technically almost like a stepsister situation, right?
Yeah, I guess it is.
And it is weird. It is weird, right?
It's weird. It's weird for sure. It's weird.
Champions FC's like, I got to the stream to hear this shit.
It's because there's nothing to talk about with the game right now. It's a very poor game.
Sorry guys. All I'm saying is I am not for anyone dating their stepsister. That's my opinion. But you guys,
I'm just echoing Straight Red's. You know, they're saying it's not illegal. I do not recommend it, however, even if it's legal.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are not illegal, and I don't recommend. So, but anyhow, but let's go back to the game here. We are at 2 minutes of added time here in the first half. 3-0 for the United States against New Zealand, and
it's very scrappy, kind of back and forth. Nobody really has control of the game.
No, and it also feels like we're just okay. Well, I mean, I'm okay with the 3-0 win, but it just doesn't feel like we're pushing for more goals here.
You know, it doesn't feel like that at all. Or if we're pushing for it, we don't have the quality to do it. I'm really surprised Taylor Booth can we make halftime changes? We need to rest some guys anyways for the final game, right? So this game is all but pretty much won. Oh my God, New Zealand building out of their back. They can't even pass the ball side to side, dude.
No, and we should definitely make a few halftime changes because you want to also get minutes to some important players, so they get it going too. They're playing.
Yeah.
Guys, why are we still talking about stepsisters?
Someone saying how hot is the stepsister?
Yeah, guys, just look.
I'll answer Maverick's question about my favorite silly song with Larry. That one is probably "Oh, Where Is My Hairbrush?" That's a good one. Or "Everybody Ought to Have a Water Buffalo. Yours is fast, but mine is slow." They're just dumb songs, but they are funny.
Yeah, just okay. And then Spicy Jeff, Geography Jeff, let's say English food stinks, the chicks are ugly, and the food is horrible. Tack looks great in a wig. Wait, what?
Dude, did you miss Miles just now giving the ball away in his own box?
Yeah, we can't. Again, we taught one lesson. If we want to take something negative out of this game, is we can't play out of the back. We can't play out of the back. Good teams will punish us.
What is Jeff? We're back on England, huh? Interesting. Have you been to England, Jeff? You seem to be quite compelled by their nation, country, island.
Yeah, it just seems like Jeff today he is obsessing over England. It's like it's England today. Today I'm coming after England.
I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. It's refreshing. It's a refreshing break from the spiciness.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The food stinks. Okay, so when I was in England 2 years ago, I'd been in England for a long time, but I'd never had what they call a Sunday roast. All right, so my friend was like, "We got to have a Sunday roast. Let's go to a pub and have a Sunday roast." I'm like, "All right." So I go, And the first piece of meat in the Sunday, it's different meats on a plate is what they give you for a Sunday roast. So I'm like, all right, let's try this out. The first piece of meat is gelatinized pig stomach. Ugh.
Jelly, like a jelly.
It was like jelly, like fat, like just like a block of it. And you
Was
touch
it cold?
Like,
was it cold?
Yeah, it was cold. It was like not cold, but it was just like it was like gelatinous goo. And so I said, "What is that?" And they were like, "It's like pig stomach or pig something." And so I was like, "Okay." So I took one bite. I wanted to puke. It was disgusting.
That sounds disgusting. It almost sounds like a chicken or like pork broth jelly something. That's what
it was so gross. It was like, I didn't even finish it. I took one bite and I was like, no. The other meats were okay. They had like some steak, some beef. That was fine. And some bacon came with it. And then some like chicken pieces. But the pig's stomach was just like, ugh. It was gross.
I'm all for trying different types of foods in different nations. Like when I went to Mexico, I ate everything I could, but the only things I wouldn't eat there was they were eating like snakes and these bugs. So I was tempted in trying it, but it just looked nasty.
I've eaten bugs in Thailand off the street.
Oh,
they are nasty.
They are.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to hear my worst one? My worst one was I was in Vietnam, and this quite high-ranking official invited us to his house for dinner. So and dinner was delicious. And then he goes, now for specialty. And in Southeast Asian culture, or in Asian culture in general, it is extremely rude to refuse food, especially if it's considered a delicacy, because it's their way of saying, I value your company, I value your friendship. And so he's like, okay. So I'm like, oh, delicacy. I'm thinking maybe this is some Vietnamese dessert, because the rest of the meal was delicious. And comes inside, and he puts a glass of rice wine in front of every person. I'm like, all right, rice wine. Okay, see where this is going. And then 6 chefs come in, each of them holding a live snake in their hands. And I was like, what is going on?
Alive.
Alive. They stand behind us. They each have a butcher's knife. And while the snake is still alive, they cut its beating heart out of the snake and pop it in your glass of rice wine, and you have to chug it. I have never been so disgusted. I did it because I didn't want to be rude, but it was disgusting.
Oh, I'm just rude to people. Like if someone offers me food and I'm like, I'm sorry, this looks terrible. I'm not eating this. I would just say it.
Nowadays I might, but I was quite young then, and my parents were, my parents were very strict. If you didn't do what you were told, there was serious consequences. So when they said, eat the snake heart, I was like, oh God.
I mean, we eat a lot of chicken heart in Brazil. It's a barbecue.
Yeah, chicken heart is fine. And maybe snake heart is good, but when it's raw and still beating, like when they popped it into the glass, you could still see it going.
Oh.
Yeah, it was gross. That's the worst I've ever done.
Okay. Oh boy. In Strasbourg, Steve saying out of context, tactical managers say no to stepsisters. I mean, they were talking about dating stepsisters, and yes, I am saying no to that. I'm saying no.
Straight
My
Red
humble
has
opinion.
a different opinion about it, I guess.
Yeah. Ghostcard21 saying Yanks and Tack. How mad would you be if Cherundolo's the U.S. coach? Pretty freaking mad. I would say just slightly less mad than compared if they kept Berhalter.
Yeah, but it would be terrible. Worst case scenario is they get Cherundolo.
Let's see if anyone. Zach saying the best VeggieTales song is "The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything." It also should be Jesus Ferreira's theme song. Yes. That is true.
It is a good song. We are the pirates who don't do anything. I remember that.
So Jesus Ferreira. Stanley, when I was in Malaysia, they cut a live snake and we drank the blood straight from the snake. Stanley, are you sure that was like dinner or like a satanic ritual or something? That sounds something that Lord Voldemort would do. Cut a snake, drink the snake's blood.
I can confirm in Asia they do weird shit, dude. They will boil like raw pig intestines. They will boil it in oil on your table and make you watch it.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, this just sounds something that's like something straight out of like a Harry Potter book. That what are the name of the evil people? The Voldemort people? The not the
Oh,
Deathly
the
Hollow.
Dementors.
No, the mentors are the ones in prison. They're the
Oh,
prison one. They don't. They're not like the Voldemort people are the
the
snake people.
Death
They are
Eaters. Death
no,
Eaters.
Death Eaters, I think. Yes,
Death
that's
Eaters.
their name. The Dementors are the ones that stay in Azkaban,
Hmm.
and then Harry becomes a Bambi and like kills them with it. Just they're afraid of Bambis apparently. It's very weird, right? You're supposed to be like this super evil entity that's supposed to keep a prison, like the prison guards in check, the most dangerous ones in the wizarding world, but you die when you see a glowing Bambi. Those are the Dementors. They're all saying, Pete, have you seen Pretty English Woman in England?
Yeah, I mean, every culture has some pretty women. I'll say the primary difference between British women and other European women is that after 40, it goes downhill really quick for English women. Like if you get an average English 45-year-old woman, an average Italian or Spanish 45-year-old woman, completely different story. And part of that is because, in English culture, drinking is like the only thing to do to have fun. So they drink themselves into the ground. And anybody who knows you drink too much, it ages you, right? And so that's part of the problem. Plus, the teeth don't help.
Yeah, I'm no English woman expert, but Sean is saying, "Do you want to date your stepsisters? Just beat it." Well, I don't have a stepsister, and even if I did, no, that's the answer.
I found out I have stepsisters. I've just never met them. I
Okay,
know I would not date them.
okay, there you go, there you go, there you go. That's what I was waiting for you to say. I was like, Pete, you're not at the straight red card.
Even if I was at the straight red card, I still wouldn't date my stepsisters. I
Yeah,
don't
but
need Eric's approval that much.
they're the ones that are propagating the dating stepsisters propaganda.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
um, Ethan, that might be something for us to go on their channel to debate.
Stepsister debate.
And then Ethan is saying, need to know what Jeff Carey does for a living to afford to the nation troll every stream. Jeff actually talked to me in the past about what he does. I don't know if he wants to reveal it, so no. But Jeff is a very successful person, very successful. Yes, and funny too when he wants to, and freaky when he wants to. Lens is saying wrong. The best VeggieTales song is "Keep Walking." Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one. Oh, keep walking because you won't break down our walls. It's the Joshua story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The French peas were the Jericho. I love it. The foreigners are always the bad guys in VeggieTales.
And then Jeff's back. What's your
Oh,
favorite
Jesus.
corn channel? Taboo? I don't know what taboo is, honestly. Is that channel?
I
Wait,
don't
channel?
actually watch corn.
Yeah, no, but wait, corn channel. There are channels or website that he means.
Yeah, he probably means like topic or like what kind of corn you like to watch. Personally,
Yeah,
I don't watch corn just because it's bad for your libido as a man, honestly. And also, there's a lot of human trafficking involved in corn. A lot.
yeah. I also don't recommend. If you guys want to do you, but no need to watch corn.
Get a
You
girlfriend, guys.
get a
Get a girlfriend.
girlfriend, girlfriend
A
or
wife.
boyfriend. If you guys like Jeff,
Sure.
whatever you want.
Get a girlfriend, get a boyfriend, get a wife, or just, go to the bar, meet somebody. Like, there's better ways.
Go on Tinder.
Go on Tinder or Grinder if you're Jeff.
M Love, thank you for the super chat too. Thank you for the super chat. Again, people can do as they wish. This is a free country. Sometimes a little too free. Sometimes a little too free, but not as. And then sometimes not free enough. It goes both ways.
Yeah, it's weird.
But again, yeah, just go out, find someone to date. I know the dating market is probably not that great these days, but use Tinder. Just don't go on Jeff's corn websites.
Yeah. And stay away from Russian mail order brides. Okay. That never works out.
Why?
No, I had an uncle. An uncle who ordered a Russian mail order bride. It was a disaster, dude. It was a disaster.
Okay. That's good advice right there.
No, that's a real thing. It's true.
And let's see. Karl Marx is saying, did someone say stepsisters?
We really got the freaks in here, huh?
Yeah, even the commies are here today. Karl Marx came here today. Hey, we defeated you on Monday. We defeated Cuba. The United States defeated communism once again in what I am calling now. Every time the U.S. plays Cuba, I'm calling it the Missile Crisis Derby. That's the name of the derby needed a name. We played Cuba far more often than people acknowledge. We played
We
Cuba
do.
quite a bit. Played in
What about
Nations
the
League.
what do they do when they come here and then they leave? What's it called? Def
Deportation.
no. When the Cubans come here and like 3 players they leave. They stay in the US. They leave the team and they like go to the US. What's it called? They something.
I don't know. Well,
Defact?
they do that in every country.
Defect. They defect. Yeah, because they're trying to get because they don't want to live in Cuba. Defecting. We should call it
Yeah.
the defecting derby.
They did that in Brazil too. In the Olympics, they did that in the Pan American Games. The Cubans.
Yeah. Can you blame them?
No.
No.
Even though Cuban food is great, but I'm pretty sure you get better Cuban food in Miami than actually Cuba. So,
I mean, the food is great, but I'm sure it doesn't cover up for. I met some Cubans when I was in Cancun who were living in Mexico, and they were telling me some stories. Man, it is rough. It is rough.
yeah, I mean, I know I live in Florida, right? So I know a lot of Cubans, actually,
Yeah.
a lot of Cubans, and none of them recommend living in Cuba. They definitely love the culture, and I like their culture here too. Well, besides the communist culture, that aspect of it, but they don't like that either. The food is wonderful. You go to Miami, the Cuban restaurants, oh my goodness, and they're such nice people too.
Yeah, and the
Even
way they
though,
enjoy life and their music, and they're like if we could take cultures like that and insert that into American culture, you can still have the freedom that you have in the US, but also have the benefits of these cultures that have like really amazing things to bring to the table. That should be the beauty of America, right?
yeah, the only thing that I'll say is there's a small minority of them in Miami that they're always trying to scam someone. That's happened to me a few times. There's always a Cuban guy in Miami that you end up meeting, and he's trying to scam you with something, trying to sell you a car, trying to sell you pyramid schemes. I swear, this is from my own experience. I go to Miami, I've gone to Miami multiple times, but for the most part, they're wonderful people. And Gonza, how do I pronounce his first name? Winnikel?
Winelke.
Winelke Gonzalez. Say, but Pete, I'm nervous and innocent. I can't get a girlfriend.
So Winelka, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, but I'll say this: sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, right? Because confidence plays a big role in getting a girlfriend. You can't, even if you don't have a lot of confidence, you have to kind of fake it for a while. And it's like you're in your bad mood, and you smile, you start to feel better. It's like sometimes you start on the outside, just do one thing anybody can do right away when you walk around: throw your shoulders back and your chin up, right? Just walk around like that. All of a sudden, you start feeling more confident, and people start looking at you differently, and they start treating you differently, which then increases your confidence. Confidence is a big, big role. And go to the gym, eat well, do what you can appearance wise. But I think start with confidence because you sound like you don't have a lot of confidence. No girl's going to want to date a low confidence man.
Okay, Pete with dating advice. He's done that quite a bit in streams, by the way. Strasbourg Steve saying, Tack, prediction for the Palmeiras game tonight. So Palmeiras plays Vitória later today, and I believe it's at home. I'm going to say 2-0 Palmeiras. That's probably a fair assessment against Vitória. And Gonzalez again, Tack and Pete, eat Venezuelan food. It's really good. I had Venezuelan food in the past. I had Colombian food. There's similarities, Venezuelan, Colombian, Peruvian's a bit different sometimes. All good. Latin food is very flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter saying, how do you feel about the U.S. players diving on soft contact? I get that there's a strategy in it, but personally, I don't like it. It depends on the dive, right? Because, look, let me put this out for a second. One thing people need to understand, if you've played soccer and even if you're talking to professional players, sometimes they'll dive in a soft play. It's mainly to avoid contact so they don't injure. If your foot is stuck to the ground and someone tackles you, you can break a leg, an ankle. Sometimes they'll jump to avoid that contact. So it depends on what it is. Sometimes, yes, the players do dive and roll around and flop around. Sure. But we got to get into specifics, right? There are moments where they're flopping. There are moments where they jump before the guy hits them so they don't break a leg or an ankle or twist anything. That depends on what you're talking about. I'm not for flopping.
Yeah, don't flop. I hate rolling. Like once you're down, rolling around, demanding a priest come on the field and administer the last rites. I just like that. I don't like. But sometimes if you get contact, go down in order to get the free kick or the penalty. Like, I don't have a problem with that. It's the rolling around and pretending like you're about to die that gets to me. The Neymar stuff.
Let me see. Let me see if I didn't see. Jared is saying Orlando City are flying tack. Well, I'm not covering the Leagues Cup during
But there are
MLS.
11 other fans who are watching, so maybe they can tell you.
Yeah, during MLS, Orlando City has been kind of shaky throughout the season with some very good moments and some very bad moments. They are qualifying the playoffs, and I think they will. El Stungun saying, "What happened to Yank Report? Opinions on Lisa Ann." I don't know who Lisa Ann is.
Me neither.
Yeah, and what happened to Yank Report? Well, I haven't asked Sam what happened. Just kind of disappeared. He went to the game with us in Austin last year, but he just kind of disappeared and gave up. I don't know what happened to Sam. I don't know why he quit. So
He just
I
stopped
don't know.
making videos. Maybe when
Yeah,
Jesus
he just
Rivera
stopped.
left the national team. Maybe that's what it was, because it was about that time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. And like Lisa Ann, I don't know who that is. So
Lisa Ann Walter is an actress on Elementary and comedian, but I don't see a Lisa Ann anywhere.
yeah, I don't know what that is. Who she is. Joe's saying, ask a 1,000, get one. It's a numbers game nowadays. Okay, so he's talking about dating advice shows. It's like, well, I mean, you don't want to ask 1,000 girls out, right? You want to ask girls that you want to ask out. I mean, I don't know if there's 1,000 girls you want to ask out, but I get what you're saying. Yes, keep trying. Jose Rodriguez saying, no corn, but your channel is called 11 Yanks. Yanks, not wanks.
Well,
Yanks.
I can't blame them. That's been a joke since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
Saying Moise saying Tack and Pete, at what age y'all's lost your V card? I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, sorry, guys. That is classified information.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. What?
It's getting this chat's getting weird.
Yeah, guys.
All
Hey,
it took was one stepsister thing to.
yeah, let's calm down in terms of that.
I like Jeff's geopolitical stuff. There we go. Or let's go back to like food around the world. I don't know.
I think also the chat is getting like this. It's like you give them a hand, they'll take your arm. As much information as you're willing to give, they'll keep asking.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, then we might have minors in this chat, guys. Let's be careful.
Yeah. So some things, guys, tone it down. Let's go to geography.
Yeah. Back to why is the UK a country or a nation?
And the second half just starts. So let me put that on screen.
No changes, huh?
No changes, which is a bit odd. Besides the Busio substitution, we got injured apparently.
Yeah, that's a forced change.
Yeah, we talked about how you would want to make subs, one, to rest some of these guys, and two, to give minutes to these guys that are just sitting on the bench.
Yeah. But it's kind of a Berhalter thing to do, no? This is definitely a Berhalter. Mitrovic is like Serbian Berhalter.
Maybe he wants some of his boys like Duncan McGuire and Jordi Mihailovic to stat pad. Like, yeah, let's keep them in.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's weird? It's kind of like the one thing about Berhalter is even when we thrash teams, we almost never looked good doing it. You know what I mean?
Who did we trash under Berhalter besides like small Caribbean islands?
Yeah, Caribbean islands. But even then, the Caribbean islands, we didn't look good, right? Or when we beat Honduras 3-0 at home, we didn't look good doing it, you know? Or even against El Salvador in that January camp, we didn't look good. Or what was the 6-1 against that French island team that's not even technically part of FIFA? That Florent Malouda played
Martinique.
for? Martinique. 6-1, and then Daryl Dike scored a brace. That was in the Gold Cup in 2021, and people were like, Daryl Dike should be the starter for the... I was like, oh, guys, relax. It's Martinique.
Well, I mean, we're going to hear it from some people about this game today, which, again, the opponent just... We're beating them, which is what we need to do, and we're beating them good, but
we also not like we're like outplaying them, really. Kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it almost felt like we scored almost every opportunity we had.
Yeah, and then we just kind of, I don't know, like letting them have the ball. Are we defending for our lives against New Zealand? It feels weird.
Yeah, it almost feels like the same way the French game wasn't a good, I guess, indication of how this team played, the result. It goes the same way for this one, the other way around.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a 3-0 game.
this win. And then he's saying, but Pete, if I act mysterious and quiet, can I get a girlfriend?
Oh
Probably
boy,
not.
there's so much to unpack there. First of all, what you think is mysterious and quiet might just look like low energy and low confidence. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, I'm all mysterious. And they're like, why is he not talking to anybody? Is he an introvert? You know what I mean? Generally, the quiet guy in the corner, it depends. It really depends. There are some girls that like that, but I would say you have a better bet being friendly. Be friendly. Just be open and don't go in it trying to like hit on girls. Just be open, be friendly. You know, I would say go do things that you're passionate about and find, because that's when you're at your best, when you're passionate. So like whatever, let's say you're into, I don't know, cycling. Go join a cycling group or a hiking group. You know, join a group where you're going to have fun. Maybe you play soccer. Go join a co-ed soccer team or volleyball in the park or beach. Something that you're going to have fun doing. And then you meet people in that environment. Going to bars and hitting on girls is a very low percentage game. And it's honestly kind of a played out game. Go do something fun, get to people to know that way, and they'll see you in your element having fun and having a good personality. That's my best dating advice I can give you.
Okay. I'm not giving dating advice. Is Berhalter good enough to coach a European club? I mean, look, guys, European club is very broad. Can he coach in San Marino? Maybe.
I mean, the dude failed in the Swedish second division.
Yeah, that says a lot because the Swedish first division is already not that good.
No.
He was coaching against like amateur coaches probably. So, dude, have you thought about one thing? How much money was Berhalter getting paid to coach in the second division of Sweden? It couldn't be a lot.
No. But you know why he got that job in the first place, right? He was the assistant coach to Bruce Arena at LA Galaxy, who's owned by AEG. And AEG also owned Hammarby. So the only reason he even got that job in the first place was because of the AEG connection.
So does he get any job through merit?
No. And then he got the Columbus job. And I remember, this was 2013. I was in India. And I remember watching the press conference when he got the Columbus job. And the whole time he talked about how his brother Jay had taught him a lot about soccer business. And I was like, oh my God. So like this dude gets no jobs on merit. But now he's going to get a soccer job. He's probably going to coach the Fire. That's what I think is going to end up happening to him.
Which is also probably not on merit.
No, it's definitely not on merit.
Steven saying Canada sanctioned 6 points and coaches get a year ban. Yeah, well, that's the women's national team, right?
Yeah.
Who's the best player on this squad? The one we have right here, the U.S.? I mean, to me, the best players would probably be somewhere along Tessman, Busio, Taylor Booth, that's on the bench to me, probably our most dangerous forward. Yeah. Anyone else? Probably that. Dude, New Zealand's playing better than us in the second half. That's kind of upsetting.
We don't look good. We have not looked good today. Let's be very honest. This has not filled me with confidence. It's more a case of New Zealand being shit than us doing anything good.
Well, I want to put one stat here that I want to mention. So we had 4 shots on target, 3 went in.
Yeah, there you go.
And one of the shots on target that didn't go in was the rebound for one of the goals. So it's not like we created more.
Yeah.
So goes back to what I said. Essentially, we scored every opportunity we had. That's what happened.
We scored a penalty and then 2 very scrappy goals. Let's be honest, right? They were both very scrappy goals. I mean, good goals are goals. We'll take them. But it's not like we've really outplayed New Zealand here. That's what's a little bit worrying. This New Zealand team is ass. And we haven't really outplayed them, to be honest.
Yep.
I don't understand what Taylor Booth has to do to get playing time.
Don't worry. He's just resting Taylor Booth for the knockout rounds.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, he's definitely not doing that. Too much sauce is saying the USA is still missing that dominant footballer. Look at the USA in basketball, track, gymnastics to appeal more to the urban community. Well, it's kind of hard with our pay-to-play system and the way MLS is set up. Yeah. By U.S. soccer too, the way the U.S. soccer structure is set in this country, it's going to be very difficult for that to happen. Very difficult.
Even when we get one that could appeal to a certain community, like Diego Luna, who should be here and starting, we don't like his attitude. We're like, oh no, you stay home. Mitrovic didn't like his attitude. So many weak coaches in U.S. soccer, man, just weak men. Weak men that can't handle a player with any personality. Berhalter is a weak man. Mitrovic, I'm sorry, weak man. Weak. Diego Luna had no problems at the U20s, had no problems at the U17s. He has no problems with RSL. So you're telling me that he's such a problem player that you can't bring him?
Mm-hmm. Again, it's the way MLS culture works. I mean, we heard the other day that MLS has had issues in the past with a content creator that's even known for being a shill for the league, and they had issues with like whatever tiny little mild criticism he might have like let loose.
Yeah,
Like,
MLS so sensitive.
we heard that from different people, but it is what it is. But back here to the second half, what I don't like here in the second half is the way we're behaving. We're letting New Zealand have the ball. We're letting them try to create. We're letting them play, which shouldn't
We're
be
very
happening.
passive. We're very passive.
Well, the instructions from Mitrovic probably was, guys, let's sit back, play it safe, and hold the 3-0 win. Which we talked about this. It could come down to goal differential. We should 100% be going for more goals. And the way New Zealand's not that big of a threat. Like Miles and Zimmerman should be able to hold their own, even if we play a high line, press them.
Yeah. This New Zealand team is so bad. Dude, Jay Herdman is starting. The guy plays for Vancouver Whitecaps 2.
Is that John Herdman's son?
Yes, it's John Herdman's son. He plays for Vancouver Whitecaps 2. Not even in MLS. He plays in MLS Next Pro.
The league that a 14-year-old was, Kevin Sullivan was playing very well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists in MLS Next Pro, and he's a literal child.
There you go. There you go. While our team, everyone's a professional player.
Yeah. MLS or Europe. They're all professional players. And most of them are starters. Actually, so anyone who's Kevin Paredes, no, they're all starters for their teams. Whether in Europe or in MLS.
Too much.
Although Harriel, you could argue, is intermittent. Sometimes starts, sometimes bench.
But definitely has professional experience. Ooh, good shot there from McGlynn. I believe it was McGlynn. Too much sauce saying Kevin Sullivan should have come to the Olympics for experience. I disagree. I think, look, if you wanted to bring Kevin Sullivan to the U20 World Cup qualifying, I honestly wouldn't care. That would have been fine, even though I still think he's 14. If he's that good and he can play in MLS, according to Jim Curtin, then he could play in the US U20s. But for the Olympics, no. No,
guys. You have to earn this stuff. Also, the kid has too much hype around him already.
Do you think Noah Lyles will win all 3 gold medals? I don't know who Noah Lyles is.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm assuming he's American, so I hope he wins all 3 gold medals.
Swimmer,
for whatever
maybe? Swimming or something?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully he does win all 3 gold medals. I'll probably know who he is throughout the Olympics. So 2 substitutions here for the U.S. Maximilian Dietz and Griffin Yao. So no Taylor Booth still.
This guy really doesn't like Taylor Booth, huh? Oh, Duncan's finally coming off. Thank God.
For Griffin Yao. Jared saying, come on, Tack. Geez, you 2 are horrible. What am I horrible at?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know who Noah Lyles
is. Mihailovic is out too, thank God. The 2 Troncos are out.
Yeah, I don't know who Noah Lyles is. I'm horrible because of that. Or talking about like Kevin Sullivan.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. So he's a track star, Noah Lyles. Dude, wait a second. Are we playing 3 center backs?
Or is he playing as a midfielder again?
Well, still, that is a defensive sub.
Why? We need goals. He's such a weird man, Mitrovic. Like, it's very Berhalter-esque, all of these subs, these lineups, this play.
So Noah Lyles is the best American track star. So he's like our Usain Bolt. He's our Usain Bolt. Is he good enough to break Usain Bolt's record?
I have no idea, dude. I don't follow other sports. I really don't.
I follow a little bit of basketball, but Outside of that, yeah, I watch it here and there. The Jamaican guy will beat him. Okay, so he's competing. There's always a Jamaican in the 100-meter dash.
Oh
Always.
yeah.
They're always good. Man and woman, right? Both of them. There's always like 2 or 3 Jamaicans in the final of the 100. Okay, Griffin Yao, cross, Paxton, shoots it, go. 4-0.
As soon as we pull off Duncan and Mihailovic, we score.
4-0.
Okay, good. Now we're finally in the +1 goal difference. And we've destroyed New Zealand's. They're what, -3 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they still have to play France.
Oh, yeah, they're screwed.
Griffin Yao. Nice work, Yao. Well done, Paxton. Good finish. That was the least scrappy goal we scored today. See, why is Yao not playing more?
We scored again as soon as Duncan and
As soon as the Troncos are off.
Good play by Griffin Yao, good touch, and lucky finish by Paxton.
That's not an easy finish. It's behind him.
But it deflected, right?
Oh, it deflected?
Yeah. I don't know if it was going to be a goal.
So that's another scrappy finish. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. Terrible clearance by the New Zealand defender first. Let's say that. Griffin Yao picks it up. Oh, yeah, you're right. It did deflect. Oh, right through his legs. Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
It's kind of funny. As soon as they were subbed out, this was the first goal that we scored on. This was the least scrappy goal. We'll put it this way.
It's definitely the least scrappy. Bro, some of these fans.
What?
Nothing. They're just funny sometimes. You know what's interesting about Olympic fans? I've seen this in every Olympic game so far. It doesn't feel like World Cup or even like it doesn't look like diehards. It looks like people who are just there for the fun. In some ways, it's kind of nice. Like you see people, it's like, yeah, let's go. It's not like there's no people singing for 90 minutes. There's no ultras. There's probably very little threat of fan violence. Although in the Argentina game there wasn't there?
Argentina, Morocco, yeah.
Dude, Griffin Yao's look good.
Griffin Yao, honestly, you know who's playing well today? Harriel.
Yeah, Harriel's look good. He won the penalty.
He won the penalty, hit a shot there on target. Harriel, he was the one that also got the shot for Zimmerman's goal off of the rebound.
Yeah.
Harriel has played well. Jeff Carey saying Noah Lyles is the fastest human. Hopefully he wins the gold then, Jeff. If he's the fastest, he should win it. Griffin Yao's look good, yeah. We're looking a lot better without Jordy Mihailovic and Duncan McGuire.
Shocking, I know. Shocking.
I hope, watch us, they leave with 30 minutes to go, and we score another 3 goals.
I know. Corner from McGlynn.
Let's see. Duncan, to me, one of the things we learned is Duncan cannot start for this team, man. He cannot start for this team.
He's trash.
Since we brought him, the best thing we can do with Duncan is if we're trying to hold a late lead, you sub out maybe our false nine or something and just put him pretty much to like help press and defend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all he's good for. He's not. And this is, again, like people who get scoring goals in like MLS and people get excited about them. And it's like, guys, how many times have we seen this story? Just because you score goals in MLS, it means very little. The same people who are like, Hani Mukhtar should be on the national team. I'm like, guys, please stop. Hani Mukhtar is in MLS because he failed in Europe. Like, can we be honest about that? Oh,
dude. Yeah, McGlynn. Good ball from McGlynn.
Good ball, yeah.
It's pretty obvious that we look a lot better without Mihailovic and Duncan. 5-0. 5-0. McGlynn. 5-0.
As soon as we pull them off, we start scoring.
Oh, it's off. It's off. It's off. It's off.
That was a good ball to Griffin before that.
Dude, we're looking so much better without Duncan and Mihailovic.
So different, right? It's like a different team without them.
It's just a coincidence. Just a coincidence.
He's just not a
Don't look into
specialist,
it.
Tack. That's what you don't understand. These guys are not specialists.
Yeah. McGlynn is honestly looking better than Mihailovic, dude.
Yeah, but that should surprise nobody.
No.
I mean, look, McGlynn has issues like against France. I don't know what he would have looked like. He looked okay, I guess, against France. You know, when the game gets very high intensity and high speed, that's where McGlynn can struggle at times. But even then, he's still better than Mihailovic.
Mm-hmm. Also, this is a crucial win for us right now. The amount of goals. If we can get one more goal,
We need one more, yeah.
yeah, one more, and then we're set with the goal differential, and we might be able to qualify with a draw next week. And then I'm very optimistic. If we need a draw to qualify, I'm very optimistic.
Yes. Yes. I mean, this New Zealand team, which looks like ass, beat Guinea. So,
Dude, if France beats Guinea, we could qualify next week with a loss, by the way.
yeah, it's true.
So
Because France
keep
is,
scoring.
I mean, we'll see if France beats New Zealand, but they should.
They should. Like, dude, they beat us.
Oh my
3-0.
God, Miles just gave the ball away.
Yeah,
Dude,
Miles
what?
still looked a bit shaky today.
Oh.
Riro is saying, what coach could the USMNT realistically get as a great hire? Opinions on David Moyes' potential. I'm not for David Moyes. I mean, that wouldn't be as bad as a Chirundlo, to make that clear, but that's not a great hire either. From what we heard, money's not a problem. They could pay up to $10 million a year. If that's the money you have, you can hire a freaking good coach. A lot of coaches will take that for $10 million a year. A lot of good coaches, including probably a Pochettino. So if what they said is true and money's not a problem, we should get a lot better than David Moyes.
Yeah, David Moyes should not be coaching the national team, guys. Please.
Vegas is saying, would you guys be okay if Pochettino is given the U.S. job? Of course, I would be okay with it. Also, Jamaica has a sprinter, Kashane Thompson, who they're touting as the next Usain Bolt. Is
Okay,
he
but
in
keep in
the-
mind, I don't know who they're talking about, but keep in mind that if the Jamaicans are hyping somebody up, just be careful because they like to hype people. They're not called fake news Jamaicans for nothing.
Exactly. We look what they do in soccer. It's the same culture for everything, right there. The fake news Jamaicans. So we'll see it. Also, like with track and field, it's very hard because it's not subjective, right? It's based off time, so you can tell if the guy is or isn't. You can't really lie about it. So what's the time that this guy's running the 100-meter dash? What is it? Because you can't lie about it. Pochettino or Bernard or who's Bernard?
It probably means Renard.
Okay, so Pochettino or Hervé Renard?
I would take Renard.
I think Hervé Renard has proven more at the national team level. Remember, sometimes a coach is good at the club level and bad at the national team level, and vice versa. Hervé Renard was kind of.
Pochettino has only been good at Spurs. He was poor in PSG and he was poor at Chelsea.
He did. Oh yeah, it was Tuchel that made PSG to the Champions League final. You're right. Yeah, we're all for Pochettino, but I think we're probably going to prefer Hervé because we've seen Hervé Renard do it at the national team level.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. If they hire Pochettino, I'm going to see it as a great hire. That shows ambition. I'm seeing it as a great hire. It is so funny that we're looking a lot better without the center forward no one wants and the overage midfielder.
I know, right?
Okay, and Griffin Yao.
All right, I'm going to leave, and I'll see you guys in the post game.
See you soon, P. You got to get it ready, too. See you soon. Okay, everyone. Now we're all alone. 4-0 for the United States here. Ball goes out wide to Jack McGlynn. That did score a goal that was disallowed. It could have been 5-0. He was offside. And he actually was offside, by the way. He actually was offside. United States with the ball. McGlynn, very wide. Very, very wide, Jack McGlynn. The ball goes all the way back. I also have some other Olympic games going on my screen, and there's like this chick just with a huge stick. What is that for? It's like she's gonna hit someone with that stick. What is that stick? What is going on? I don't even know what I'm watching. Back to the game here. McGlynn to Tolkien. McGlynn with a shot. Oh, McGlynn. Dude, McGlynn has to start over Mihailovic. It's swimming. Is it swimming? I think, yeah, it might be swimming. Yeah, McGlynn has looked a lot better than Mihailovic. And now we get Ben Kremaski and Taylor Booth. So Taylor Booth is subbed in for Kevin Paredes. Taylor Booth for Kevin Paredes. And I'm assuming Ben Kremaski. Who was Ben Kremaski on for? For Nathan Harrio. That means Maximilian Dietz is playing as a right back. Maximilian Dietz is playing as a right back now. Okay, let me put this here. Let me get a sip of water. Blueheads, you asking my opinion on Stefan William. I've talked about Stefan William multiple times. He's a high ceiling prospect, great winger. I've talked about it multiple times. His style of play is very similar to Neymar, and he's left foot. I've talked about it many times. I can't keep talking about the same player multiple times. I've talked about Stefan William. Okay, New Zealand with the ball. At minute 69, we've hit minute 69. You guys know what that means. Nice. We made it. We made it to minute 69. Very nice. Very nice. We made it to minute 69. Is it Miles playing right back? You are right. Miles is playing right back. Miles playing right back, which is weird. Miles Robinson playing right back. This is very weird. Very weird. Yeah, I'm looking back at it just to make sure if that's true. Obviously, Miles is very deep, but he's playing as a right back. Has Miles ever played as a right back? Look, I didn't watch every Atlanta United game. For the US? No. This is the first time I've seen Miles play as a right back. This is the first time. I've never seen Miles play as a right back. Has anyone? Okay, ball goes back. New Zealand goalkeeper. Let's get number 5, boys. Let's get number 5. Let's get number 5. New Zealand with the ball. It's not that hard to play right back. I mean, look. If you're just a defensive right back, sure. Do you guys really want Miles Robinson pushing high up the field and delivering crosses? I mean, look. Sure, it's not that hard to play right back, but he's essentially playing as a center back. He's playing more as a wide center back. Like, you're not going to have Miles Robinson pushing high up the field, dribbling past the opponent. Okay, New Zealand in possession. 4-0 for the United States. And France will play Guinea later. And the result that we would want, is for France to defeat Guinea. France to defeat Guinea. Here comes the U.S. Who has the ball here? Ooh, is that Taylor Booth? Oh, Taylor Booth just blew by the New Zealand player. Good pass. Good pass from Taylor Booth to Griffin Yao with a cross. And that goes out. That would be a corner. Great play from Taylor Booth. Taylor Booth has to start, man. So does Yao. Griffin Yao and Taylor Booth have always looked good when they come in. They have to start. And everyone, like Brett McCarthy saying, hit the like button if you haven't already. I don't know how many likes we have in this stream, but if you haven't, make sure to hit the like button. And this stream is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you want to play Underdog Fantasy, the link is in the description if you want to play with a promo code. And please hit the like button if you haven't already. We have 341 likes. Let's try to get it to over 400. Cross goes in, cleared once again by the New Zealand defense. If you were born in New Zealand, what are you? New Zealander? New Zealandish? New Zealandish? New Zealander? I don't know, actually. I really don't know. I might be exposing myself with that, just like being ignorant. You're Kiwi. If you're born in New Zealand, what? You're a Kiwi? That's it? Kiwi the fruit? Kiwi's a fruit. They're saying New Zealander. That makes more sense than Kiwi. Good ball from a Glenn in New Zealand once again. A Hobbit. What? Yeah, I'm not an expert on New Zealand. Not an expert on it. Kiwi the bird. It's a small bird. I'm pretty sure there's a fruit named kiwi. Let me see. Kiwi. Yeah, kiwi fruit. There's a kiwi fruit. It's green. There's a kiwi fruit. There's also a kiwi, I guess, bird. Let me see what this bird looks like. Oh, it's this. Okay, it's this tiny little bird. Okay. Kiwi is this tiny little fat bird. Well, at least it looks like it's tiny. It looks like a tiny bird. I'm Googling it. I'm using Google. But back to the game. 75 minutes and 30 seconds. United States 4, New Zealand 0. We looked better the past 10, 15 minutes ever since we subbed out Duncan Maguire and Mihailovic. It could also be that New Zealand just quit. New Zealand just quit. Okay. Why did I open that can of worms? Why did I open that can of worms? Now the whole chat's just talking about people born in New Zealand. Forget what I asked. Forget what I asked. The person that asked that is no longer here. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay. Sometimes I should probably not ask a few questions. Here comes the U.S. with Paxton Aronson to John Token. Cross goes in, and that was almost number 5. Who finished that? It was number 15. It was Ben Kramaski. Almost got number 5 for the United States. Almost got number 5. So we're at 375 likes. We still didn't hit 400. But thank you, everyone that hit the like button. Thank you, everyone that hit the like button. The chat doesn't think England's on an island. England is 100% an island nation. It's an island nation. England is an island. I mean, it's a country, but it's a country in an island. 77 minutes. 77 minutes. Okay. Oh, New Zealand just scored. And it looked like a banger. New Zealand just scored. Milan versus Man City prediction for tonight. I'll check that in a second, Turtle. Let me watch this replay once again. That looked like a beautiful goal. Probably shouldn't have conceded that. We need the goal differential. Definitely needed to keep the goal. Because like I said, if we won by a 4 to 5 goal differential, we could even qualify with a loss. We could lose to Guinea and still qualify. I mean, I wouldn't recommend losing to Guinea. And here comes the U.S. Let's get another goal. Let's get another goal. Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. That was Taylor Booth, I believe. No, that was Griffin Yao. Miles wins the 50-50. Back. Let's try to get a fifth goal. We need to get a fifth goal. We definitely should not have conceded there. And here comes the United States down the left. John Tolkien. Back to McGlynn. McGlynn. Who has the ball there? Who is that? Turtle saying Milan versus Man City. Turtle, that's a friendly match between Milan and Man City. So it's hard to really predict. Like, I don't even know who's playing out of those teams. Some players are probably still on vacation. We don't know what Pep will do in terms of rotation. But normally in a Man City versus Milan match, Man City nowadays, they're the favorites. They're the favorites. So I would say Man City wins. I don't know, 2-1. But it's a friendly, so it's hard to really predict what's going to happen. Very hard. It's a preseason game between Milan and Man City. It's very complicated to do a prediction. Milan could win 4-0, and I don't think it would matter. And here comes with the U.S. Kremaski, Jack McGlynn. Alan Salinas saying he missed the New Zealand goal. How it was a low cross, and then their forward just kind of like had a nice little turn and a beautiful strike, almost upper 90. It was actually a very nice goal from New Zealand. A little bit poor defending from our end. We didn't really keep the pressure, but very nice finish for New Zealand, which kind of sucks that we allowed them to just get that shot off with so much ease. United States with the ball, 4-1. Who's got that? Is it Ben Kremaski? No. Kremaski. Out wide to Jack McGlynn. Back to Kremaski. Back to McGlynn. Back to Miles Robinson. I'm trying to see if I didn't miss anyone in the chat. Didn't Wrexham tie Man City? I don't know. The thing is, preseason results don't really matter. They tied Chelsea. Token. Inside, back, long shot from who? Bless me. Sorry. I try to hold that sneeze in, but as Shrek would say, it's better to let it out than keep it inside. That sneezing. I was trying to hold the sneeze in, but I couldn't do it. New Zealand with the ball now. 81 minutes and 20 seconds. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that said bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. New Zealand possession down the left. We'll see how this goes. We definitely don't want to concede. Oh, Taylor Booth. That's a somewhat dangerous free kick here for New Zealand. Definitely not good. Definitely not good. Like, we definitely don't want to concede another goal because remember, right now we're in second place right now due to goal differential. But if we concede a goal, then we are tied with New Zealand on goal differential, goals scored, everything. We're tied with New Zealand. This can't happen. As a matter of fact, we should probably try to score one more goal. Should probably score one more goal. Okay, free kick here for New Zealand. Ball delivered, cleared by Miles. I believe that was Miles. But New Zealand still has the ball. Cross goes in from New Zealand once again. Oh, bad defending from the U.S. That was a dangerous header, and then it was cleared, I believe, by Jack McGlynn, but very poor defending here from the U.S. towards the end of the game. We don't seem as focused and as sharp. That was actually cleared by Tanner Tessman. Yeah, man, not a good way to close the game, right? Not a good way to close the game. All right, let's go back here to this game. And remember, tonight we have to root for France against Guinea. We have to hope France beats the living shit out of Guinea in a totally non-xenophobic way, right? Just beats them in a soccer game. Destroy Guinea. We need France to beat them by 4, 5, 6, 7 goals, whatever it is. Destroy Guinea. In soccer. In soccer. That's what I need to make that clear. Mr. saying preseason is all about preparation, experimentation for the season. The results mean nothing. Exactly. That's why I don't like putting out predictions for preseason games, because the teams don't give a shit and it doesn't really matter. The coaches are just getting the player minutes, just getting them going, testing things out. Like for all we care, Milan could defeat Man City 4-0, but Man City is still a far better team than Milan. And yes, they are far better. Okay. Milan's a good team and they could beat Man City if they play multiple games, but Man City's a better team than Milan. Let's just be honest about it. 84 minutes and 20 seconds, 4-1. The only thing that can screw over this win right now is if we concede another goal. That is the only thing I'm concerned about right now. Ideally, get one more goal. Get one more goal. But just for the please, just don't concede another goal. And I'm watching here the swimming Olympics. It's the 400 freestyle. It looks like whoever's there might break the world record. They might be breaking the world record. It's like this German dude. Dude is just swimming very fast. He's so fast. It's like he's got a little turbo right there up his ass. Dude is fast swimmer. I can swim. I'm a good swimmer. Not as good as these guys, but I can swim. Got a little rocket up his ass right there. The dude's just fast. Oh, now the guy all the way wide. The Korean guy's faster. The Korean guy is going 1.71 meters per second. 1 meter is like 3 yards, right? Something like that. No. Sorry. A meter is a little bit less than a yard. No. Wait, I'm wrong. 1 meter. I don't know exactly how to. I can't remember now how to come, but that's fast. That's what I'm saying. This guy's really fast. These swimmers. I don't know why I'm talking about swimming, but they're very, very fast. So 1 meter is 1.1 yards. 1 meter. Thank you very much, Liam. 1 meter is 1.1 yards. So he's going. That is really fast. 169 meters per second. Nice. Very nice. Keep it up. And so far, this guy's breaking the record. The German dude. The German dude is breaking the record here. I mean, look, I'm all for the German winning a gold medal. We don't want Germans to reach like peak national pride. Very often when that happened in the past, things went south very badly. But again, I hope the German guy breaks the record. It's always cool when the athletes break world records. And that's mainly why I watch swimming too. I just watch to see who's going to break the world record. And he is still breaking the world record. And there's 100 meters left, so a little bit over 100 yards. And Mike X Stat is saying, watching women's field hockey. If you know, you know. I never watched women's field hockey. I never have. But okay, let's see if this guy can break the record for the 400 freestyle on swimming. He is okay. Now he's not breaking. Well, he might break the record. Is this a final already? They're having swimming finals already in the first day? Sorry, guys. I'm just paying attention to the swimming here because I want to see if the guy breaks the record. I'm just really curious about it. Oh, he's not breaking the record. Whoever like is the record holder, just really killed it in the last 50 yards. Just completely killed it. Whoever's the record holder. So this guy Martins was very far from breaking the record, but it was literally in the last 50 yards. Whoever broke the record has a lot of stamina. I'll tell you that. I'm very good at swimming commentary. Very good. About someone's asking about Griffin Yao and Taylor Booth. I thought Griffin Yao was really good. Oh, Zimmerman just got torched. Oh, Walker Zimmerman just got a. Oh, you don't get nutmegged by a New Zealand player. Did you guys see that? Was it Zimmerman that just got nutmegged by the New Zealand player? You can't let a guy from New Zealand nutmeg you. You can't do that. He's from New Zealand, man. You can't get nutmegged by a guy from New Zealand. I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. I've never gotten nutmegged by a guy from New Zealand. It has never happened in my entire life. It really hasn't. And I intend to keep it that way. I really do. I really do. Okay, now 89 minutes. 89 minutes. If I coached the team and a player got nutmegged by a player from New Zealand, I would 100% bench that guy. I know that seems very reactionary, very emotional, but I would totally do it. Okay, Taylor Booth, one-on-one in isolation down the right. Beats his man, gets a cross, and the goalkeeper deflects it. But McGlynn still has it. McGlynn with a shot saved by the goalkeeper from New Zealand. Taylor Booth and Griffin Yao look good. Taylor Booth and Griffin Yao look good. Tom Ford said, dumb take. Nothing dumb about my take. Nothing dumb about it. Nothing dumb about it. It's called holding a player accountable. You are in your prime, Walker Zimmerman. You should not get nutmegged by a U23 New Zealand player. I'm really hungry right now. I'm getting very hungry. Good thing the game's almost over. Taylor Booth with the ball, also looking very good. And then he slows down the game. Back to Kremaski. To Tanner Tessman. Back to Maximilian Dietz. President Chip, how you doing, man? He said Zimmerman needs to retire after that. He's making a lot of money in MLS. I would definitely not retire if I was him. So 4 minutes added. 4 minutes added here by the ref. Why? I don't know. Like, you don't really the game is pretty much over. You don't really need to add any more minutes. I guess you should, but don't have to. McGlynn with the ball. Let's see if the US can pull another goal. Not crucial, but it would be important to get another goal. Is Ben Kremaski an 8? Yeah, that's mainly what Kremaski is playing. I don't really rate Kremaski that highly. I think he was just caught in the perfect storm. One, he's a dual nat with Argentina, even though Argentina kind of told him to go play for the U.S. Sometimes we overrate dual nationals. And two, he plays for Inter Miami, so the Messi effect. Eric Fuentes saying, Tack, does Tanner really seem like he only had 23 passes? Yeah, I mean, let me look at the stats to see if that's true. It looked like Tanner Tessman was more involved, but it says here that he only had 25. Ooh, Griffin Yao right there. That could have been a goal. It looked like Tanner Tessman was more involved in this game. But yeah, apparently Tanner Tessman only had 25 passes. Apparently, that's what happened. It felt like he was far more involved. U.S. here with the ball, Tanner Tessman. Now that would be 26 passes for Tanner Tessman. What's the current goal differential for these teams? So I'll put it here on screen. Look on screen right now. The U.S. has a 0 goal differential, and New Zealand has a -2. Oh, Paxton, pass it. That could be a goal. That could be a goal. Oh, you can't miss that, motherfucker. Why would we waste that? That was a very important goal. We would go to a +1 goal differential, and they would go to a -3. Good combination play with, I think it was Kremaski and Booth, and then Paxton in one-on-one. Couldn't make it. Taylor Booth looked really good. It was Griffin Yao. You can't. It was blocked. There was like 5 New Zealand players in front of him. We gotta score those. Gotta score those. But that's the goal differential on screen. Corner, we go with the what was that corner? So we don't go with the cross. Griffin Yao. Griffin Yao back to McGlynn. Hit that shot. Hit that shot, McGlynn. Oh, McGlynn hit the crossbar. Oh, what a beautiful long shot from Jack McGlynn. He hits the crossbar. McGlynn played very well. He looked really good today, Jack McGlynn. Very strong win here today for the U.S. men's national team in the Olympics. It's a good win. It's a good win. But everyone, look, the game's about to end. We're going to go to 11 Yanks for the post game. I'm going to go to the restroom. Sorry if that's too much information. I've been drinking a lot of water here, so I got to go to the restroom. This is a good win. I wouldn't say we're incredible. Like, I wouldn't say anything like that, but it's a solid win. Solid win. Very solid win. We could have scored 5. We could have scored 6. It's unfortunate that we conceded a goal. We probably shouldn't have conceded a goal in general, but it was a solid win for the U.S. men's national team. Before you go, drop a like in this stream right now if you haven't already. We will be doing a live watch along when the U.S. plays Guinea for a spot in the quarterfinals. And thank you very much, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring the stream. If you want to join Underdog Fantasy, the link is in the description of this video. But before we go, I want to say one thing. I thank you all very much kindly for all the support, for the super chats, the likes, the comments. I love these live watch alongs. I love hanging out with you guys. I'll see you guys at 11 Yanks in about 2 minutes. All right. See you guys there for the post game of this 4-1 United States win against New Zealand. Ciao.